Good evening, everybody. Jonathan Bolano, Bolano Home over at Keller Williams. First and foremost, want to welcome you guys to hashtag Real Estate Talk. Thank you for joining. Getting started about 2 minutes late today, but nonetheless, I'm going to go through the beginning normalcies and get you guys shared over to all the different platforms that we post to. Give me like 2 seconds and I will get you guys funneled through. So first and foremost, public. So as you guys know, we are all over the place right now as far as where we're posting up our content, what we're doing. We're trying to be involved in every single market just about possible as far as social media goes, be on top of things. And that actually is going to be the extent of our discussion today for the most part. The point of today's discussion is going to be geared towards social media and its importance in real estate in 2019. We believe that social media has a changing impact, kind of like all other types of communication, newspaper and online when Zillow and Trulia first came out, so on and so forth. And each one had their qualities of how they could be leveraged in providing extra exposure for sellers or even for buyers in learning what is out there on the market. So we find it to be a very important tool to get people to see certain properties, and I'll go more into that in a little bit. Just gonna finish posting this out, if I am even doing this right. Yes, I am. So let's go. We got a couple people watching right now. Mr. London, how we doing? I'm happy you like the background. Welcome to my home. This is my bar, and this is all my fun stuff. So you definitely got to come by, swing by, hang out with me. But for those of you that are watching, James is actually the owner of a great location where they produce music. He has engineers, he has full teams put together to help artists and different people create art. And him and I had a meeting the other day, kind of discussing what he's doing and putting out, I don't know, just like information in that world and such. And James has a great spot. It's called Time Machine. It's in downtown Pawtucket. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. Currently, he left a message or a couple of comments on this page right here on this video. So go message him. If you're an artist, you know, a rock band, you know, someone that's looking to get recorded, looking for producers and such. James is a good guy, great energy, positive person, always trying to help out the next person. And he's looking to do more with videos, online, podcasts, the whole nine. And that's kind of where the meeting pretty much took off from, trying to get him into this world and show him the benefits of putting out great content and great information and value to people that are out there listening and looking to listen. Sometimes people just, you know, some things like what I do here, like sometimes it's really easy, but you get blocked by these limitations or these biases or whatever you want to call it from being able to see like how easy it actually could be. And although being on camera is a kind of a complicated thing, I'm going a little off topic. Being on camera is a hard task for some people. Getting the setup and getting everything right is also another limitation people impose on themselves because they think, oh, I don't have the right lighting, I don't have a mic, I don't have the right setup. I mean, guys, I'm at my bar right now. Most of this stuff is just kind of thrown around. This is not the cleanest thing by any means. I got pictures and whiteboards sitting like on the floor right here. I got 2 lights in front of me just to help bring up the exposure because the lights from this room aren't there. But if you're looking to put out content and like share something of value with the world, and you have a story to tell or you got something out there, don't let that stuff stop you. Just get going. Everything will come when it needs to come. And the more energy, the more positive stuff you put out there, the more you'll notice things start growing. And I'm a big believer in energy, and I think that good energy, hard work and energy the whole nine will like help anything grow if you're doing it right and such. But I'm not gonna get into that. I could talk about that stuff for days. But yes, and another benefit is also having a bald head that is not here right now to help reflect the light around. I think it helps brighten up my face a little bit because you got the lights right here, then you got this, and it just reduces all the shadows, makes me look maybe a little bit younger. So yeah, Agudelo, I miss you right now. Just a little bit though. So anyways, now to get back on task with what we're talking about today. We're talking about social media and how it benefits the real estate world. But before we get into that, what I want to start off by saying is, if you guys have been watching for a while, this is your first time and you find value in learning about real estate and understanding things from both the buyer's side, the seller's side, and just getting a good feel about the market and how to perceive things, or just understand the vocabulary, this is the place for you, and I highly recommend hitting the subscribe button if you're on YouTube right now, because I know that this is live now, but it goes into YouTube afterwards. And if you're on Facebook and you haven't liked our Facebook page, you haven't liked our Instagram page, go ahead, take a chance right now, go and do that, because I think that the stuff that we're putting out there is highly valuable, and it's something that I wish I had when I first started looking to buy a home. I know they don't teach this stuff in schools. Our parents don't really teach us it. Sometimes we don't even come from a family that maybe owns a home and everything, to kind of help guide us through these things. So we kind of just hit the market in the dark, and sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, and you don't realize, like, you might be inches away from owning your own home. You're sitting here spending $1,100 a month in rent, but some mortgages out there right now are $1,100 a month, and that's including your taxes and your insurance. So I mean, we're talking about possibilities here. And that's what I want to give you guys with this. That's what Agudelo wants to give you. That's what Lisette wants to give you. We all want to give you this understanding of real estate, so that way you can have a better understanding of whether or not you got the possibility of doing it. I mean, I had like 70 grand, 60, 70 grand of debt and college loans when I bought my first house, and I made it work. And I was lucky to have a father at that time, because I wasn't in real estate at that time, to kind of get myself through it. And the lesson that I want you guys to grab from that is that if I can do that then with that much debt, you guys can do it. Because I know that the number of people that have that kind of debt, if not more, is a little bit slimmer. But, I mean, take from it what you want. But anyways, subscribe to the YouTube page, like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, or follow us on Instagram. Because we got a lot of good content, did you knows, giving you guys a chance to pick out if you like one kitchen versus the other, kind of put your opinion forward and get accustomed to new different styles that are actually hit in the market. And also we're doing things where on Fridays we send you guys home styles. So we talk about, let's say, a bungalow or modernized or a contemporary bungalow. What does that mean? When you go through the descriptions on Facebook, on Facebook, when you go to the descriptions on MLS, you're talking to your realtor, you're on Zillow, and in the description it says contemporary bungalow, contemporary ranch. What does that mean? Well, on Fridays we post up pictures every single time of an image of a property, of the type of property. We name out what that property is, and then in that description we let you guys know something about it, so that way you guys, when you hit the market, maybe you never thought about different types of houses and styles and what their names were, and now you have the ability to do that and say, hey, maybe that's something that I'd be interested in. And I also provide the links in there too from where I got the information from. So go check that stuff out. Go check out, that's a lot on Instagram, a lot on Facebook. That's not so much on our YouTube page. And also keep on the lookout, because we're about to hit a whole nother market as well. Lisette and I are in the works of putting together another work for another platform. So as I keep saying to you guys, 2019 is a big year, huge changes, and we're gonna get this ball rocking. Next thing, the most important thing, share these videos if you have not done so already. If you're not new to this, you can skip past this about 5 seconds or a minute or so, because I'm going to go into it real quick. But every quarter we're going to be raffling off an Amazon gift card, and that's a $250 Amazon gift card. And how do you get into the win this? All you're going to do is just hit that share button. So I think that for most of you, it should be right here. So if you haven't done so already, go and share it, because every time you hit that button right there, you guys get entered into that raffle. And so if you go and even just this video and share it 20 times, I'm going to go and enter you 20 times into that raffle. So that's how much of a chance you have at winning. And then you can go to our YouTube pages or our Facebook pages I would suggest going through Facebook because we can actually track it that way. If you're on YouTube, I'm sorry, you can't track it. So that's that. But for Facebook, go into the Facebook page, go into our videos, go onto the wall, and just share from there, or even go to my personal page. All these videos are being streamed live from there because I realize that there are more of you here that are able to watch and such. But anyways, $250 Amazon gift card every quarter, and that's free for you guys to enter. All you got to do is just share the video. And it doesn't matter if you've liked our page or not, you got entered and we'll reach out to you. Let's see, what else we got? Real estate talk. What is this video? Why are we doing this live video? We're doing this, I kind of got into it a little bit before, but we're doing it because we want to provide a platform for you guys to reach out to us. Now, 2019, 2018, we're hitting a world where things are really busy. We got all these cool things and gadgets that are supposed to help make things quicker and simpler, but as we all know, that's not the case. Things have only gotten busier. We're trying to figure out a lot of this technology, and it makes us just that much busier as well. And because of that, because you got to make a drive, and sometimes it's not easy to meet up with a lender, or it's not easy to meet up with a real estate agent or an attorney or a roofer or a painter and so on and so forth. We're trying to give you guys a platform to kind of, from the comfort of your own home. You could be in your PJs, you could be just getting out of work, you could be in front of your dinner table, you could be in front of the TV or whatever you want to call it, and just sitting there with your phone in your hand, and you have people that you can ask questions to. You have the entire week to go and like jot down questions if you want, and then when this day comes, you jot them down right on the computer. Let us know what kind of questions you guys have, regardless if it's what I'm talking about, what Agudelo's talking about, whatever guests that we have. Drop the questions. We're here to just provide you guys information, but the more important thing is to answer the questions that you guys have at that moment the best that we can, or come back later with maybe even a separate video. So let's see, what am I missing? Yeah, we want to be, so when you guys think real estate, when you guys think, hey, I want to go buy a house, but I don't know where I'm going to go start, I want you guys to think Bolano Home for your real estate education. I want to be your one-stop shop for everything that you guys need, and realize that we're here for you. We're here to help you. Whether you work with us or not, we're not here to steal other people's people. But I mean, if you got questions, I got people, if not me, to make these answers. We work with a great brokerage. We have a lot of great people around us. The energy's high. The positivity's high. I mean, Keller Williams is a great company to work with. So even if you're looking to become a realtor, definitely hit us up. Let us know, because we would love to get you linked up with our place. Gosh, we got a lot of you guys joining in and out today. Colby, thank you for joining. Colby is a friend of mine. He actually does construction, and he does all different types of things in regards to that. So if you guys are looking for help with your homes and such, go check out my boy Colby Armstrong. He's on the page right now. Shoot him a message. What else do we got here? So, boom, 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 boom. Yep, we went through all that fun stuff. So let's get into the actual meat of the video. First thing we always start out with, as far as getting into the meat of the video, is we talk about the current market, and that's as of today. The current market right now, we're noticing a shift from, so there's two different versions of the seller's market. You got the 2 to 4 months of inventory, and then the 0 to 2 months of inventory. Last week we had a lot of zip codes and areas of Rhode Island that were sitting in that 2 to 4 month inventory, and right now I just realized that we're actually making a shift into the 0 to 2 month of inventory, and that's a lot in the northeastern portion of Rhode Island. You have some spot from where you guys are, Rhode Island, if it was like right here, you got a lot up here in the northeastern part of Rhode Island, and then you got a few little spots over in the other areas that are actually hitting a very high seller's market, where houses are just flying off. Outside of that, majority of the rest of Rhode Island is sitting in between the 2 to 4 month marker of inventory. So how that's calculated, I'll shoot that over to you guys real quick. So what happens is they take the number of homes that are up for sale, and they divide that by the average number of homes sold per month over the last 12 months. All right, so that's the number of homes for sale divided by the average number of homes that have sold per month over the last 12 months. And that's how they come up with those numbers right there. So we're really getting deeper into that seller's market right now. So if you're looking to sell your home, I mean, you never know what happens tomorrow, but as of right now, I would say that this is the time to put your house up. This is the time to put whatever you want to put up, because we're hitting a hot market where there's going to be buyers coming over and swooping up your house and such. But jumping out of that, Importance of social media. This is going to be a short one today because I'm by myself. But being in 2019, you're starting to realize a big shift in how information gets transferred to people, about how people start learning about new companies and people in businesses and so on and so forth. Some of you might have like a junk load of realtors that sit there and message you online, and some of you might be wondering why. Why do people want to be adding? Why do people want to be? Why do a lot of people want to add me on these platforms and pull me in like that? And the reason is because there's a lot of value in having a great network of good friends and good family members attached to you in those social media platforms from a realtor standpoint. And here's the reason why I think that that is true. Social media is a platform that helps real estate agents do a couple of things. So let's go back in time a little bit. Back in the day, when someone went to go buy a home, they would look in the newspaper, they would find the open houses, and they would find a realtor that way, and that's how they would get to know the person. Today, you guys have the luxury of going onto social media and seeing these videos and saying, what kind of person is that, and is that somebody that I want to work with? And is that someone that I'm going to trust, that's going to be honest, that's not going to play with me, and that's knowledgeable about real estate? And coming onto these videos, I mean, you can get a first-hand vibe of that yourself. So, I mean, like, for example, if some of the stuff that we were saying wasn't true, you would maybe have a realtor or two dropping their comments right here. You would have someone calling it out right here saying, that's not true, that's wrong, da da da. And so that shows that the realtor is confident in what they're saying. And we're not the only ones just doing this, by the way. We're just one of the ones that are just the biggest on this right now. We're huge in the social media, and this is the reason why. We want you guys to know who you're working with. Who is the Bolano team? Who is Bolano Home? And how can they help me? What do they bring to the table that's going to be different, that's going to help me either sell my home or get a buyer to buy my home? And boom, you have the ability to meet us in person and see what we're like and determine, is that the kind of people we want to work with? Is that the type of honesty? Is that the type of loyalness? Is that the type of trustworthiness? So on and so forth. Are those the people? And so when looking to hire an agent, one of the first things that I, as a person, not even just a real estate agent, would recommend is go to social media. Find out what they're doing. How deep are they into their market? How much are they working on their craft and putting stuff out there? Because for a seller's standpoint, one of the benefits of this is back in the day, when people wanted to sell their homes, they would get their homes listed on the normal MLS stuff, or they would get it in newspapers. And then as the internet started to come around, they started putting it on Zillow and Trulia. But what's the thing about all that nobody really talks about? All those are geared towards people that are going to be buying a home. They're actively in the market buying a home. They're going to get pre-approved, so on and so forth. And that's great. That's tons of exposure. But we find value in some other side of it as well. What about the person that thinks that they can't buy a home, and then all of a sudden sees your home and says, I've been sitting here listening to hashtag real estate talk. They keep telling me that I have the ability to buy a home. I never gave myself a chance, but they keep telling me just go get pre-approved and go try to take that next step just to see like where I stand. And then all of a sudden they see your home up there. And your home is the one that, like, if they had to write down the definition of their dream home, or maybe just the idea of just getting out of a rental and stop paying $1,000 a month for a rental because they can, for an extra $100 a month, they might be able to get a mortgage, and your home looks like that home, they're going to go rush to get pre-approved, and they might be that buyer. So what am I trying to say to you? I'm not just saying that we're just actively catching all the buyers, because we're going to all the same MLS websites, the Zillow, the Trulia, your other realtors, and so on and so forth. But we're putting people's homes and real estate agents that use social media are putting these homes in front of everybody out there. Like, there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no discrimination against people that aren't even in the market. All right. And we're giving the world a view, because you never know, are one of these people going to be friends with another family member? Like, let's say you're going to go sell your home in Cranston, and one of the people that are associated to your realtor ends up being a Cranston resident. You just put this one up. This person's not in the market, but they have a friend or a family member that's coming from another state that's in the market. Another thing that's beneficial from this, interaction and networking with agents outside of your state. And so Rhode Island's a nice small state, so this one's an easy one. But for those of you that are out in Florida, out in Massachusetts, and so on and so forth, and you're going to go refer, let's say one of your clients come up to you and say, hey, I'm looking to move to Rhode Island. Do you know anybody? Well, that realtor might be the one that goes and does the research and says, hey, who am I going to find? And they're going to look for somebody that presents themselves properly and da-da-da. And they might end up being friends with you on Facebook, or your realtor on Facebook, and they might see a home that fits the needs of their seller, and they might say, hey, go link up with this person because they have that home. So what the point is that now you just take, if you guys are familiar with like mind maps and such, you take your home and you have all these little offsets to like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, MLS, so on and so forth. But now you just multiply that exponentially by adding just a few different social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then you're talking about the numbers of people that are associated with that realtor just from there, both their realtors and their friends and their family members. And so when you talk about giving maximum exposure to a property, we think that social media is like that next step of the way to go, because you're getting put out there completely, and not just at a small standpoint with just buyers. So anyways, you guys are pretty quiet today. I had a lot of you guys actually come through, and yeah, but that's pretty much all I really wanted to get into, you guys, today. I'm all by myself today, as you guys see, but I just want to stress that we, Lisette and I, and some of the lenders that we work with, we think that social media is a great place to be. If you're a new realtor, highly recommend trying to get into this. If you're looking to get your social media started up, let us know. We definitely would love to help. If you're looking to sell your home, think about that when you're going to go sell your property, because you want to create the most exposure possible. Whether you're in Rhode Island or not, try to find somebody that's going the extra mile, putting it all over social media. We create Facebook pages, Facebook business pages for our properties, and we also create web pages for it. So I mean, you have that as well. And then if you're looking to buy a home, befriend a couple of realtors. You never know when you might just end up landing in front of the property that you might be looking for. And if you're not friends with me yet, go and send a friend request, because I'm constantly posting up when I'm doing open houses and so on and so forth, which I'm actually going to go into a little bit more. If you are going to be a potential buyer in the near future, one of the things that we also recommend is becoming comfortable with the market. And what's one way that you can do that? When you're driving around on the weekend, on a Saturday or a Sunday, and you end up bypassing like some open house signs, even if you're not pre-approved, even if you're not serious about buying yet, go walk in. Go look at that deal and see what that property looks like. Understand what that sheet that they give you looks like. Understand what the information is that they provide you on it. And start jotting down, after going through these properties for a short period of time, what is it that you liked about these properties and what is it that you didn't like? Because one of the things that we recommend to a lot of people that come and buy with us is that you write down a list with your loved ones that are going to be part of the decision-making process, and write down your negotiables and non-negotiables, which I think I spoke on a little bit last week. Negotiables being like you want tall ceilings. And tall ceilings being like 12 feet. But, you know, if you got a 9-foot ceiling, you're not going to turn it down. It's just, if you could, you would prefer to have much taller ceilings. You might want to have cathedral ceilings. But it's not like a deal breaker. Versus, let's say you own a couple cars, and having a driveway is a really important thing to you. You don't want to park on the street for whatever reason. Maybe you have a brand new like Camaro or something, and you don't want to park it in the street and get it scratched up and such. So you need like a garage or whatever, or just a driveway in general. Then one of your non-negotiables is going to be to have a driveway, because not having one, you're just not going to buy that property, over and done with. And so anyways, you start noticing a couple of these things after going to a bunch of open houses. Now, bad news, the recommendation that I provide from me personally is literally to go see like 100 properties. Now I know that sounds extreme, but I mean, if you're trying to really like understand the market, watching these videos, being part of realtors like stuff, reading blogs, having a realtor, and then going to these open houses is going to make you more than educated enough to go and know that when you decide to actually go and hit the market to buy, even to sell, like even if you're going to be a seller, go to the open houses in your like local market and just understand like what's going on and what the prices look like. So that way, when it comes time to sit down with a realtor, like you have all your ducks in a row, you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and you can kind of hit the ground running. As a young kid, when I first bought my first home, when I was I think 25, um, I left everything in the hands of my realtor. My realtor did not screw me. He was a good guy. He took good care of me, but I I would have liked to be part of it more. If I could go back in time, I would have liked to understand more of the entire process because I felt like I just walked around blindfolded. And that's not a good way to get into the real estate world. I mean, you're talking about making the biggest purchase of your life for most people, the biggest investment. And so if you're going to be doing that, like I said with Agudelo last week, when you go to buy a car, do you just walk up to the car salesman and just say like, I want that car right there, give it to me and that's that? No, you go and test drive it. You make sure that's what you want. You go and get knowledgeable about it. You go and ask questions and such. Maya's back. She got a haircut the other day, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see her. Come here, girl. Oh, good girl. No, she's too low. Anyways, so yeah, so when you're gonna go buy a house, why not do the same exact thing? Why not be knowledgeable about what an FHA loan is versus a conventional? Why not understand what the different home styles are? Why not understand what it means, what certain square footage like is? Because that's actually another important thing too. What time are we on right now? 6:29. I'm gonna go about one more minute. I will message you in a second. Where was I? Square footage is another thing that a lot of buyers don't usually understand. So when you go through these properties, circle the square footage on that sheet that they give you and understand like what that looks like, because you might end up going and walking around 800, 900, 700 square foot properties, or maybe even like 2,300, 3,600 square foot properties and realize like that's way too small, or that's way too large, or this is just right, or this is not enough, or whatever you want to call it. And so when you speak to your realtor, when you finally sit down with them, you've already walked through these properties, and now you can provide your realtor constraints like, hey, I walked through these properties and I figure that like the number that I'm looking for, because I want a 2-bed, 1-bath, is roughly between 900 square feet and like 1,300 square feet. So that's where I want to be. And that gives your realtor a lot of information, so that way they're not sending you to like 500 square foot properties or 3,600 square foot properties. Granted, the price always falls in there as well, but it makes your process a little bit easier. You're not just driving around to home after home after home of things that you're not going to be interested in anyways. You want to go to literally the key dream home components. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, 10 is perfect, non-existent. 9 is just close by, so, and you're still pretty close to non-existent, but it's possible at least. But 8 is where you want to be. And you want to look at as many 8 style properties as possible. And there's no use to you if you're going to look at 6 and 5s in your grade book, like square footage or number of bedrooms, so on and so forth. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up right here. And I will let you guys go. But remember, if you guys can, if you guys want, go to our YouTube page, hit subscribe. So that way you can see all the new stuff that we have coming up. Go to the notification. Oh God, the cough is coming back. Sucks being human. Go to our Facebook page, Bolano.home. Definitely hit the like button there. If you're watching this afterward, on our Instagram page, the same exact thing. Hit Bolano.home there. Follow us there. We're putting out information there too. Or you can just follow our lives a little bit. We're posting pictures of our dogs, of our kids, for life, all that fun stuff. But outside of that, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys that came through. I hope this information was informative to you. This went a little bit outside the realm of what I've normally spoken to you guys about. But I hope this is what you're liking and what you're looking for. Remember that if you guys want, you can take all your questions. You can jot them down into this messenger right here. And I'll answer them right here on the spot if I can. If I don't have the answer, I'll do some research and I'll get back to you afterwards right for it. Let's say you're watching this video afterwards, still drop your messages here, drop your comments, and one of us, whoever's going to be doing those videos, we will see it, we will come back, and we will respond to you guys. We want to be there for you. We want to be that point team for when you guys have your real estate questions. Oh, God. Of course, Colby. Appreciate good people, so I want to promote as many good people out there as possible. I want to promote small local businesses. I'm not big into that whole commercialized property type of stuff or commercialized stuff. I want to really bring up these small businesses within Rhode Island and give you guys added promotion free just for you guys. But anyways, I'll stop rambling. I'm gonna go back to drinking my wine because we're doing wine tonight, not doing whiskey. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. Love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of the Bolano home family. I gotta shut it off this way. I'm going crazy, guys.